My name is Kenneth Howard Sams, though I will be changing my name to Kenny Aloy Xaze. I've got 60 inventions, approximately 60 inventions, 50 to 60 right now in my pocket, ready to be put together. They're all the same caliber, way up there, and I just used one. It's called a lie detector / soul player, and you can play your actual soul on a VCR. But I just wrote down something I just recalled, so I'm going to read it to you. And I wrote it on my lie detector, and then I'm answering it. So I ran it through the lie detector. I haven't read it yet, the results of the lie detector, so here we go. Do I, Kenneth Howard Sams, know for a fact and have physical evidence that when I was in junior high, I stole a large laser unit that was in an underground pipe in front of my grandma's in Puyallup, Washington, and then later mounted it to a bike with it attached to a pipe, and then put a toy lightsaber on the front end of the pipe in the front. Then, as per Saddam Hussein and my agreement, went to meet him to hand over a real lightsaber, but instead tricked him, and while riding the bike drove the pipe into Saddam Hussein from behind. Yes, I, Kenneth Howard Sams, do know for a fact and do have physical evidence that when I was in junior high, I stole a large laser unit that was in an underground pipe in front of my grandma's in Puyallup, Washington, and then later mounted it to a pipe and then put a toy lightsaber on the front end of the pipe in the front. Then, as per Saddam Hussein and my agreement, went to meet him to hand over a real lightsaber, but instead tricked him, and while riding the bike drove the pipe into Saddam Hussein from behind. That was in, it may have been portaled out or whatever, but that was in Spanaway, Washington. I lived in Spanaway, Washington at the time. Yeah, so it looked authentic. I had the lightsaber and then the laser, and maybe I had the lightsaber. It had a flashing option, so I there may have been you can change the tempo of the flashing light on it or something. I had them both set at the same. So when I came up, he's like, "Whoa, that's authentic!" And I'm riding with the lasers. I invented lasers a long time ago, and yeah, so he thought it was authentic, and like maybe per our deal, I said, "Okay, I'll bring it to you. Just don't turn around till I get there, because the presentation of what I'm going to hand over to him is the main part. So I want to come up and surprise him, be like, here you go, just do it." And I just rolled up and drove it right into his back. So he's just walking one way. He might have looked, and it's going. He hears it woo like that and making that noise as the wind's going, but the lasers, shining straight down through the back of the pipe. And you can't see it unless you're looking straight at the laser, and it's going through the pipe, unless you're right in front of it. So he was probably like, "This is authentic," so he kept walking, and bam, right into the back of him, like in Wally's neighborhood, next to our neighborhood. Kenny Aloy Xaze, Kenneth Howard Sams.